Hey guys, so let's pull some cards for next week. Let's take a look at what could be coming up next week for each sign. I finally mastered the bridge. Oh, I don't know why it was so important for me to master that, but it just is. Oh, I can't do the whole, okay, I can only do it on the ground. It has to be flat for me to do it. Okay. So we're going to start with Aries. Aries. What's coming up for Aries next week? Okay. Aries. Queen of Wands. The Emperor. And the Seven of Pentacles. So, all right. At the bottom, we have the Eight of Wands. So you could be, and whether you are the Queen of Wands or this Emperor here, it seems as though the Queen of Wands is looking at the Emperor, and the Emperor has the Seven of Pentacles. There's some kind of situation where it's building up. This could be work related, of course. So let's say that you're waiting on something to go through to finalize at a work situation, or yeah, this could be about you hearing back about something, because the Eight of Wands is at the bottom. That talks about messages. So you could be getting some kind of communication about a deal that's going through, or confirmation of a project that you've been waiting on. This could also be about like hearing back on a job interview if you applied at some jobs, right? So, okay. I'm gonna get some cards from the New Vision Tarot. It's just the mini deck, so, but it's perfect for my small hands. So it works, but go ahead and get some more on this situation. And if this is not work, this could be about a relationship with a father or someone that is of authority. Maybe someone you look up to, and you're working on something together. All right. Any more messages for Aries? Clarify the Seven of Pentacles for Aries. I want to kind of clarify that one. Clarify. There it is. The Knight of Swords. So that's okay. So I'm getting a different message. Well, a little bit more detail, I guess. So with the Knight of Swords clarifying the Seven of Pentacles, it seems that maybe the backstory of this could be about some really explosive talk that took place, or Because you see how this Knight of Swords, pardon my nails, by the way, it's gross. Ugh. Okay. You see how the Knight of Swords, it's just, it looks like he's just going through and, well, burning shit. Like burning shit to the ground. Like some kind of impulsive decision, or maybe an argument that took place. And so maybe that's what you're waiting on. You're waiting to hear back from somebody that you had an argument with. And it looks like there could be messages coming in now. Anything else? Or maybe someone's tired of waiting. This could be the other way around, where it's like maybe there's been a lot of waiting and Five of Wands. Yeah, maybe there was definitely an argument, but I almost feel like this could have been stirred up by outside influences, because the Five of Wands, you see there's a lot of people there. There's distractions everywhere. I think that whatever this riff was, it was almost like there were other people that were kind of stirring the pot that had no place being there or trying to put their 2 cents in a situation. So, yeah. Okay. So, anything else? Anything else? And if this is family, Thanksgiving is next week. If this is family, then this could also be a warning to be cautious, not to be too impulsive, or not to let anybody trigger you into starting a fight or getting upset. It could be asking you to be patient as well, right? Maybe with a father, the holidays. So, anything else? No? The Nine of Cups, yeah. Things will be good. Don't worry. Got the Nine of Cups here. You can see the kids. I mean, this reminds me of like a Thanksgiving setting, right? Where the kids are playing. Maybe just, it's also giving me this feeling of kind of taking it back to reminiscing on when you were little, right? Or looking at things from a more innocent viewpoint in a situation, as to prevent any havoc or fight from breaking out. All right, that's for Aries. And by the way, I mean, this is your card, Aries, so could very well be you, right? Okay. That someone looks up to you or something. All right, so now let's move on to Taurus. What are the messages for Taurus next week? Oops. What are the messages for Taurus next week? For Taurus, we have the Three of Wands, the Ten of Wands, the Two of Wands. Wow, all wands. A lot of fire here. So you could be faced with a choice about something, because you have to make a choice. Otherwise, it's like there's this burden. Something's very heavy about this choice. This could be a choice about making plans, right? Whether it's choosing two paths or choosing one path out of two, but what do you want to make your plans? Which path? And I mean, you could be very busy this week. I mean, makes sense. Thanksgiving. Maybe having to make a choice on where to go or whose house to go to on Thanksgiving. Maybe because you want to make sure that you can fit everything in your schedule, or you don't want to let anybody down. So the 10 of Wands is like that overload, right? Maybe you're feeling a bit stressed about this decision because you might not know exactly what you want to do. So let's get some clarity on this. Okay. For Taurus, can we get some clarity on the Two of Wands? What's the Two of Wands for Taurus? What's the Two of Wands? Oh, the Four of Wands. There's a lot of fire. But yeah, this is like a choice between which party to go to, really. I mean, this is about like celebration. So what celebration do you want to go to? Maybe you're invited to quite a few celebrations. Okay. So what's this what's the Three of Wands for Taurus? The Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, I see a similar theme here with all the cards. It's you're having a hard time deciding something. And you're juggling. You're juggling all these plans. You don't want to let anybody down. But it's almost like if you know that if you're not careful, then things could turn into a mess, right? If you don't. Okay. This could be money too, because the Two of Pentacles is about money. So this is also like trying to make sure that all your expenses are like whatever plans that you're making. And this doesn't have to be necessarily for Thanksgiving. Let's just say that there's like a trip coming up, or someone is inviting you to go somewhere. And you're having to make that decision this week. Or you could just be thinking it over this week, and you have to balance out your finances to make sure that the decision you make works out. Okay. So what's the Ten of Wands for Taurus? Oh, well, the Ten of Wands is, it came out reversed, but the Hanged Man in this deck is a bit different because it shows the back side. And it shows, because normally the Hanged Man is like, you get a different perspective, right? But normally you see the Hanged Man as by himself. The perception is different. This one, it shows all these people pointing fingers at him. And so this accompanied with the Ten of Wands tells me that there's a lot at stake here with whatever choice you're making or whatever decision you're trying to make. And perhaps that burden, that overload is maybe a lot of people depend on you. And so that's why you have this feeling, this perception of people pointing fingers at you or blaming you for something. And that has you really worked up. Okay, can you tell me any more about this? 10 of Wands for Taurus. There we go. The Chariot. So we have the, oh, yeah. Okay. There's something here that seems like you might feel obligated in a certain direction, but maybe deep down you would choose differently. And that could be the thing that's bothering you. Yeah, because the Chariot card here, yes, it's a victory, but you see how they're slaves being pulled on the back? And you could be the driver, right? And maybe you feel like you don't want to put whatever decision you are ruminating over. This could be a decision, two different decisions. One where you know that people are going to point fingers at you. The other one where you could be celebrated. Like there's people celebrating over here, but look at the back. They're not celebrating. So you can't, yeah, it's a decision where you realize that no matter which one you choose, there's going to be something you have to sacrifice or something, like not everyone's going to be happy, right? You can't make everyone happy. That's really what it is, because at the bottom we have the Four of Pentacles. It's like coming to grips with the fact and realizing the fact that you can't make everybody happy. It's just impossible, you know? And so you just got to choose what you want for yourself and what you want to do. And yeah, either way, like what would you be more happy doing? I kind of want to get more clarity on the Two of Wands. So we have the Four of Wands. Anything else about this Two of Wands for Taurus? Anything else about this Two of Wands for Taurus? I hope I can get through all the signs. It might take a little bit too long. I might have to split it up. Okay. Oop. Is that going to come out? That one did. Okay. All right. So it's the Four of Wands and the King of Cups. Yeah. So, I'm just thinking like there could be a choice between what would make your family, like extended family, everybody else happy, and what's going to make you happy. This could be a person, right? Maybe you don't feel like going to I don't know, family thing, or you just want to, you could also just have more of a desire to do your own thing too. I mean, you could, this could even be a choice between friends and like a lover or a potential lover. This could be a choice between, you know, the people, maybe these two, they don't go well together. Like there's a group that doesn't really go well with this King of Cups. So you're having to make a decision here. Yeah. Yeah. Like this Four of Wands, it's like, it's a group and it could represent more people. So one choice that is more people involved. And then this King of Cups is like, it's just you and them, right? Maybe it's something new. And I almost feel like it shows the same kind of depictions of here, where majority of the crowd is like cheering, right? But there's still something here, like there's a burden being pulled, like you feel the weight of sacrificing. And then here you're by yourself, but you have everybody. So it's like there's a burden either way, but you're just having to make that decision on what you want to do. Bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. You just have to use your intuition about that. And I know it's easier said than done, but you just got to like give yourself some quiet time and think about, okay, pros and cons of a situation. And then also, what are you willing to sacrifice? What are you not willing to sacrifice? And how, like, think about how you actually feel deep down, how secure you feel deep down with like the differences in these two situations, right? So, um, and of course, if it's like a new thing, it's hard to know for sure like how someone's going to turn out. So either way, you're still taking, but the thing is, it's probably somebody you know, because if you have to make a decision between the two, obviously they don't get along. There's some kind of rift there. So you just have to use your intuition. Yeah. Or like this could also be about you maybe just not feeling like going out to do this thing because you might be feeling more introspective. The High Priestess is very intuitive, but she's very like introspective. So is the Hanged Man. And it's like maybe you don't feel like this is you, like by yourself, just wanting to, you know what I mean? That's interesting. Yeah. Use your intuition, Taurus. All right. Now I'm going to do Gemini. Gemini. What's coming up for Gemini this week? What's coming up for Gemini this week? What's coming up for Gemini this week? Okay. We have the Wheel of Fortune. We have the Two of Cups. And we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay. All right, Gemini. So, looks like you have a pretty good week, honestly. Something's turning in your favor. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune talks about good fortune. Um, and I know that this is something that is going well because, I mean, we have two really good cards coming out. If it was reversed, there'd be some other card that would, plus at the bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers. Okay, that's your card. But I see like something is changing for you and in a good way. You might feel like you are starting to go at the top of the wheel, right? Like things are kind of starting to turn in your favor now. Maybe you were feeling low for a while. Then with the Two of Cups, it's like you could be bonding with somebody, or this could be whether it's lover or friendship, or meeting. This could also be, Wheel of Fortune could be chance of meeting, right? Chance of meeting and building with someone. Yeah. Growth in an area. And could also be for business, because it says here it's could be for business, not just love. And the Pentacles are here. So you could come across a person this week that could really offer you an opportunity to build something, collaborate with. Or you could be catching someone's attention. And since it's the Three of Pentacles, you rule over the third house in the astrology wheel. And so that's about learning. You could have an opportunity to learn through a partnership, whether business or love. Okay. Let's clarify. Seems very balanced though, because the wheel, major arcana with cups and pentacles. So there is a good balance between earth and water energy, which grounds you. You're an air sign, so that helps to ground you more, even though they don't necessarily mix well with air. It's, if anything, it would be helpful to kind of, if you've been feeling a little bit out of whack or something, it could help. Okay, so let's get some more clarity for Gemini. Can you clarify this Wheel of Fortune for Gemini? Clarify the Wheel of Fortune for Gemini. Oop. Okay, so I have the Moon, but I also have the King of Swords. Oh my gosh, I'm seeing two cards. What in the heck? Okay, they flipped over kind of weird. That's too many cards though, but I did catch sight of the King of Swords. I'm gonna take it out. But I see the High Priestess as well. Okay. And then I just caught sight of the Nine of Wands, but I'm not taking it. So this Wheel of Fortune, it's kind of weird. I don't know how to really decipher that. With the Moon and the High Priestess and the King of Swords right in the middle here. This is something about your intuition. You're trusting something that is not fully known yet. This wheel is turning in your favor because you are trusting your intuition. You recently might have had to just go into the unknown. You know, the moon card is about unknowns, mysteries, walking through the dark. Could talk about enemies too. Maybe there was a situation that you were unclear about. The King of Swords being in the middle here, it's you just taking your power back, maybe, or you are sitting in your power. There's something you are protecting because there's a baby in the back of this King of Swords here, but it's almost like he's protecting the child. It's interesting, but with the High Priestess and the Moon together, that's a very mysterious thing going on. But I kind of get it as you taking your power back in some kind of situation. You're protecting something. You're using your intuition very strongly here. But there's still so much unknown about this. But that's because things are changing. That's why things are changing, because you've had to just kind of let go and let be of things. That's what I get. Clarify the Two of Cups for Gemini. Clarify this Two of Cups for Gemini. Oop. You got the Hanged Man as well. Oop. Did something fall out? No. Okay. I had thought something fell out. Anything else besides the Hanged Man? Because to me, that's like you are not really going. You could miss this opportunity if you're in a Hanged Man state. So what is this? Maybe you're worried about how you're going to be viewed in a situation. Yeah, I think that could be it. But I need more. Anything else to clarify the Two of Cups for Gemini? Nothing's coming out. Yeah. Well, maybe that's what it is. So this could be a warning for you too, Gemini. This week you have the wheel turning in your favor. Okay. So keep that in mind, that you do have the wheel turning in your favor right now. You're on the uptick. Okay. And yes, the reason why is because you're learning to trust. You're learning to trust. So you have an opportunity to have a Two of Cups situation, which could be a very good business venture or lover even, right? Friendship as well. But there is something here that can blossom. The Hanged Man clarifying it, though, makes me feel like there is a sense of uncertainty, and maybe that's coming from this thing, okay, that you might have recently gone through, or something you've had to just learn to trust and let go of. But see, you can't let the past things hold you back from future experiences, because the wheel is turning for you right now. Oh my gosh, my eyes are dry. Sorry, guys. But yeah. So could be just like you might be hesitant You could be hesitant about people. The sun. The sun came out. Okay. So you could very well be getting a different change in your perspective because you learn to trust. The sun's coming out after the Hanged Man, which tells me that I think you're going to come to this awareness here and you're going to get out of this Hanged Man state. The sun is a very happy card. It brings light to a situation and it blesses a situation. So, yeah, and the sun's looking right at you. You're the child here, right? That is looking up at the sun. And the sun's looking at you. Nice. Let's clarify the Three of Pentacles. Clarify the Three of Pentacles for Gemini. Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. Wow. Yeah. Ace of Cups. This is a new emotional experience. This is a new start emotionally. You see how there's kids playing in the background here? Collaborating. Now, this could be about you also getting along really well with somebody, and you guys get along so well because of this that there is a lot of opportunity here to build something that's profitable that you can really learn from as well. It's like a new experience that you can learn from, something that you, like a new thing you learn emotionally, I feel too. Whatever it is, it's a new start in something, and the wheel is turning in a very good way. Yeah. Learning, dedication, hard work, commitment, attention to detail, quality, study, grow, achievements, recognition, rewards. And this cup is offering it to you. Yeah. So don't miss that opportunity, because even though you might be skeptical of how you feel, because you could be coming out of a foggy kind of state, but at the same sense, you've learned to trust and get in your King of Swords. Doesn't matter, King or Queen of Swords, okay? It's the energy, and you are facing that without fear. So you will be open to opportunities. Is it going to come in like boom right away and big? No, you don't want it to happen like that anyways. That's not healthy. So you want to take it easy, take it slow, let it build, allow yourself to feel happiness. Allow yourself to feel happiness, to open up and to see the sun. At the bottom, we do have the Seven of Cups, but it's from a different vantage point. So I feel like this is you reflecting on options you've had in the past that maybe some of them you learned a lot of lessons from, of like, okay, I'm not going to do that again type of thing, right? You see, because he has witnesses here, like in the back, like you're kind of reflecting like, oh, I see it more clearly now. So I think that's what you're coming out of, but to not be afraid of, just because of experiences in the past that might not have been so great, doesn't mean that you can't give a chance to something. Yeah. Three of Wands underneath that. You've been waiting for this for a long time. You've been waiting for this clarity, for this new emotional experience for a long time. So whether that's in love, friendship, or in business, it looks good for you, Gemini. It looks good.